Welcome to Chapter 6, the final chapter. Your customer support AI is built, tested, and evaluated. Now it's time to make it available to real users. This chapter walks you through deploying your application to InteractiveAI's managed infrastructure using the deployment command line interface. InteractiveAI's deployment layer abstracts away Kubernetes complexity. You define what you want to run, the image, resources, and secrets, and the platform handles container orchestration, networking, and infrastructure management. No YAML manifests, no kube control commands, no cluster administration. By the end of this chapter, your customer support AI will be running in production with a public endpoint ready to handle requests. Before deploying, you need three things installed. First, Docker. The CLI uses Docker to build container images locally before pushing them to InteractiveAI's registry. Second, the Go programming language. This is needed because the InteractiveAI CLI is distributed through Go's package manager. And third, the InteractiveAI CLI itself. Install Docker and Go from their official websites, then run the two commands shown on screen to add Go to your path and install the CLI. Let's get started. Run IAI help to verify the installation. You'll see the full list of available commands: images for managing container images, services for deploying and managing services, secrets for handling credentials, replicas for inspecting running instances, and logs for debugging. Next, authenticate with the CLI. Run IAI login and enter your email and password when prompted. This creates a local session that persists until you explicitly log out. Now set your default organization and project so you don't have to pass them as flags on every command. List your available organizations with IAI Organizations List. Then select yours with IAI Organizations Select. Do the same for projects. In this case, it's the tutorial organization and the tutorial project located inside it. List them, then select the one you want to deploy to. From this point on, every CLI command will operate against this project. Your application needs to be packaged as a deployable service. This means creating a project directory with a Docker file, a requirements file, and your source code. Let's walk through each piece. First, the requirements file. This includes the InteractiveAI SDK, the OpenAI client for router calls, FastAPI and Unicorn for the web server, and Python.env for environment variable management. We also create an init file inside the source directory. This tells Python to treat it as a package so our imports work correctly. Next, the application code. This is a FastAPI app that initializes the InteractiveAI client and the LLM client, defines a support endpoint that fetches your production prompt, calls the LLM through the router, and records everything as traced observations. It also includes a health check endpoint, so the platform knows your service is alive. Finally, the Docker file. We start from the Python 3.11 Slim base image, set the working directory, then copy and install requirements first. This leverages Docker layer caching, so dependency installs are cached between builds. Then we copy the application code, set environment variables, including the port, expose that port, and define the run command. With our application ready, it's time to build the container image and push it to InteractiveAI's private registry. Run IAI images build with your image name, customer support AI, a tag for versioning. We'll use 1.0.0 and point it to your Docker file and build context. The tag flag versions your image. Use semantic versioning for traceability. When something goes wrong in production, you want to know exactly which version is running. Now push it to InteractiveAI's private registry with IAI images push, specifying the same image name and tag. The platform stores images in a private registry scoped to your project. Only services within the same project can access these images. Your application needs API credentials to authenticate with the InteractiveAI Platform and the LLM router. Instead of hard-coding these in your image, which would be a security risk, you store them as secrets that the platform injects at runtime. With your image pushed and secrets configured, it's time to deploy. This is the main command. IAI services create. Let's break down each flag. Image type internal tells the platform to use its private registry. You'd use external for Docker Hub or GitHub container registry. Image name and image tag reference the image you just pushed. CPU 1 and memory 1 gig set resource allocation. 1 core and 1 GB of RAM is a reasonable starting point for our service. Port 8080 must match what your application listens on, which we defined in both the code and the Docker file. Replicas 2 runs 2 instances of your service for availability. If one goes down, the other continues serving requests. Secret app credentials tells the platform to inject the secret we just created as environment variables inside the container. Env environment equals production adds an additional variable that our code uses to tag traces. And endpoint provisions a public URL. When the command completes, your service is live. After deploying, always verify that your service is running correctly. Check the individual replicas with IAI replicas list. You'll see each replica's name, status, resource allocation, and start time. Both replicas should show running ready status. This means they've started successfully and are accepting traffic. Now test your live endpoint. First, hit the health check to confirm the service responds. The health endpoint returns a simple JSON response confirming the service is alive. Now send a real support request, a customer reporting they received the wrong item in their order. And there it is, your customer support AI responding in production. The response includes the AI's reply, a session ID for conversation tracking, and a trace ID that links directly to the platform. Here's where everything comes together. Switch to the InteractiveAI Platform and navigate to Observability, then Traces. You'll see the trace from the request you just made. The trace shows the support request span at the top level, with the support response generation nested inside and the OpenAI generation captured automatically by the SDK. You can see the model cost, the latency, and the full output. This is the same monitoring infrastructure you set up in Chapter 2, now capturing production traffic. The platform provides monitoring for your deployed services. Navigate to Deployment, then Monitoring. This dashboard gives you real-time visibility into your service's operational health. At the top, you see total requests per domain. Each spike represents incoming traffic to your endpoint. Below that, requests are broken down by status code. Green for successful responses, yellow for client errors, and red for server errors. This immediately tells you whether your service is healthy or experiencing issues. The response time chart shows latency percentiles. In a production environment with real traffic, these charts help you identify performance degradation before it impacts users. Further down, you see CPU and memory usage for your service. Our customer support API is running with 2 replicas, each allocated 1 CPU core and 1 GB of memory. The actual usage is minimal right now, less than 1% CPU and about 8% memory, because we've only sent a few test requests. In a real production scenario with hundreds or thousands of concurrent users, these charts become essential for capacity planning. You can also filter by specific workloads using the drop-down at the top, which is useful when you have multiple services deployed within the same project. Let's recap the full deployment workflow. We installed and authenticated the CLI, prepared our application as a containerized FastAPI service, built and pushed the image to InteractiveAI's private registry, configured secrets for secure credential management, deployed the service with resource allocation and a public endpoint, verified everything with health checks and a live request, confirmed that traces flow back into the platform for monitoring, and explored the deployment monitoring dashboard for infrastructure visibility. This also completes the entire tutorial series. Over these 6 chapters, you've gone from creating your first project and generating API keys, through building observability, managing prompts, setting up systematic evaluation, and now deploying to production. Your customer support AI is running, monitored, evaluated, and ready to improve over time. Thank you for following along.